I was being disrespectful. Do you recall that part of your testimony?
His claim was that I was disrespecting his grandmother's house, which I had anything. He was disrespecting his grandmother's house by having me over. I had done nothing to disrespect his grandmother's house. That's all I done.
Let's call the case. People State of Michigan versus Emmanuel Henry.
Representing Mr. Henry. Would you please state your name, sir?
Thank you. All right.
Preliminary matter. Officer Cook was present. He and his field training officer had to leave. I let defense counsel know that before they left, and I said if I have to request a continuance for their testimony, if there would be no objection. She said there would not be an objection. She also asked the reciprocal of me that if she wanted to call them, I wouldn't object to a continuance either, and that is true. I don't anticipate that I'm going to need them, but should I need them, I just wanted to put that on the record.
Okay, and just to be clear, even if there was an objection, the delay needs to be in coming out, because I was informed that it was 2:00 that they needed to leave, and that delay was certainly not my fault. I was ready to come, but it attributed to the court. So I just want to lay that out there.
Your fault. I like that.
Yeah. Wow. This has been a day. All right.
And if I may call my first witness.
Yes, you may proceed.
People call.
And please come forward and be sworn.
Take a seat, raise your right hand. You solemnly swear to affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. State and spell your first and last name for the record.
Okay, you may inquire.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Sisson, do you recall the events of April? Let me take a step back. I apologize. There was one thing that I said I would do first. I apologize. Your Honor, Ms. Sisson has a fidget cube in her hand that helps her sometimes relax. Would you mind if she presses some of it makes a clicking noise?
It does. Okay. So I'm not going to have an issue with you having it. That's fine. The only issue is going to be if you press it. No, just try to do it underneath the thing, because that way those microphones are sensitive, and then somebody over here on my left gets upset, then I have to deal with it. Then it becomes a big mess. Okay. So if we can do it that way, that'd be fine. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hold on one more. Emily, please let me know if it's causing a problem. I know, because you're shy. So. Okay. All right. Okay. May proceed.
Do you recall the events of April 3rd, 2024?
Yes, I do.
On April 3rd, 2024, at any point, were you in the area of 2707 Arrowwood Trail, Ann Arbor, Michigan, Washtenaw County? What is located at that address?
Emmanuel's grandmother's house.
Is it a home? Is it an apartment? Okay. Do you know the specific apartment number? 2707 is the address for that unit.
Yeah.
Thank you. You said Emmanuel. On April 3rd, 2024, who was Emmanuel to you?
Well, we were just hanging out had been hanging out for a few weeks. So.
Okay, and the reason I'm asking, I understand. The reason I'm asking this is because there are legal differences when assaults occur on somebody that are in romantic relationships.
Yes, there was.
You're hanging out in some type of romantic relationship?
Yes.
Just an undefined, we're not sure what it is yet.
Yes.
I understand. Thank you. You said that the two of you had been hanging out, you said for a couple of weeks before that?
3 weeks or so.
Thank you. And if you were to see him again, would you recognize him? Is he present in the courtroom today? Could you please identify him for the record by telling us where he is and what color he's wearing?
Wearing orange at the defendant's table.
Thank you. Please let the record reflect that the witness has identified the defendant.
Without objection, the record shall so reflect.
Thank you. Do you recall approximately when on April 3rd, 2024, you were at the defendant's grandma's home?
Yeah, I got to work at 9:30 and I went over there, so it's probably between 9:30 and 10 when I got there.
Are we talking AM or PM? No, that's okay. Thank you so much. You get over there, and when you get over to the home, is the defendant there? When you initially made contact with the defendant at that address, are things going okay? Are things amicable at first? Is there a point that things are no longer going okay? What happens first that, I'm going to use the word cause, but I'm not using it properly. What is the turning event?
Yeah, because I'm still not sure. The event, I was trying to order Domino's to have it delivered, and even as you said it here, Arrowwood Trail, I wasn't sure on the Arrowwood what, so I was trying to put the address into my phone, and it simply was then he took my phone, and I said, no, I can do it, and tried to, went to get my phone back, and everything just exploded into this, I don't know. And then it went rage filled.
Okay.
Yeah.
Break that down just a little bit thank you so much, before we get into the next part. So you have your phone in your hand. Is it a cell phone?
Yes.
And I see, and our words are being recorded, but I see you're fumbling with your thumbs as if you would be texting or using your thumbs to type on a cell phone.
Yes.
You said the defendant took your phone?
Right, because I was putting in Arrowwood, 2707 Arrowwood. I didn't know if it was apartments, trail, village, etc. And so I was asking him, and then he took my phone as he was going to put it in, and I went to take it back as in I can do it myself on my phone.
When you took the phone back from him, is it a calm environment?
No, then it just gets the fuck out.
Who said that? The defendant said that to you? Are you referring to him as Eli?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
That would be a minimum one. Yeah.
And so that's how you refer to him. Okay, thank you. He told you to get out, and what happened next?
I kind of was stunned for a second because I didn't really understand. I was like, what? What? And then it was like, okay, whatever. And I saw the vape pen that I had given him, and I'm like, fine, I'm taking this then. And he grabbed me from behind at that point, and I just let go of it. I didn't. Just all kind of. It was overwhelming. I didn't expect that. For him to grab me, and then he started pushing me out the door. And there's like a landing, there's out his door. There's it's not very much room before the landing and then the stairs. So, and that was my first time being there. So he's pushing me out the door and towards the stairway, or the stairs. And I was just, overwhelmed and not wanting to be pushed down the stairs to get out. And so if that's resisting, it was, but I was by no means trying to disrespect his house or stay there. So
I'm going to break that down a little bit. When he grabbed you from behind, could you describe how he grabbed you?
Around my arms, kind of like a reverse bear hug.
So is he using both of his arms, and he's behind you, and are both of? I apologize for interrupting. No, that was my fault for interrupting. Sorry. And are his arms connecting together in front of you, like that type of bear hug?
So it was just fumbling to grab the bait.
Oh, he's reaching to grab the bait.
Just to let go of it at that point. It wasn't worth it to me.
And now I want to better understand the door. Where in the apartment are you when you are trying to put the address in on your phone?
Upstairs in his room.
And so when you were saying when you get out his door, are you referring to his bedroom door?
Yes.
I understand. So he's pushing you out his bedroom door toward the stairs that are located inside the apartment.
Over.
Thank you, Your Honor. Was he saying anything during this?
Yeah, he was telling me to get out.
And you were mentioning that there is a place that has a landing. Is
Yeah.
it on this, in the middle of the stairs or somewhere else?
Okay, so the floor, the level of the top stairs, and then it goes down, there's like landing, and then the stairs, so it's upstairs, level landing, the full set of stairs.
I understand. Thank you.
I'm gonna draw, if I could draw it, I would.
That's okay. So there are a few stairs, landing, and then the majority of the
Just one
stairs.
step down, like a square, and then, yeah, the stairs. I'm making it, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. You're helping us. Thank you. Do you get to the stairs?
Right next one, right at the top.
And what happens near the stairs?
He basically stopped and said, you know what, and then grabbed a machete from behind him, because when I looked, he said, you know what, and I see him back that machete.
Where is he?
We're about chest to chest. Like we're right next to each other, because he was pushing me and I turned around when he said, you know what, and there I was.
Has he exited his bedroom, or is any part of him still in his bedroom?
No, we're both outside the bedroom at that point.
Is there a hallway that you're in before the stairs?
Yeah,
Okay. Where did the machete come from?
I'm not even sure, it might have been in the, I'm not sure, like,
Sustained.
What did he say? I apologize. You know what? Is that what he said?
you know what.
Before you turn around and see the machete, have you said that he had it raised? You're showing us that with your arm. Thank you. Had you ever seen this machete before? Could you describe what it looked like now, please?
It looked new, it was shiny, I saw that it was shiny. Because I saw it was a huge blade. But as far as the handle or anything like that, I couldn't say it was dark.
I have some really silly questions to ask you. What makes you say that it's a machete?
The side, I know the machete, it's the size of the blade.
And I apologize for my silly questions. Is the blade straight or is it curved at all?
That's a great question. To me, I wouldn't even want to answer that.
You don't know.
I couldn't say it.
That's fair. Are there any areas on this machete that look sharp?
It was shining, it looked sharp. I couldn't specify whether it was blunt or.
I'm more so going to, how did it make you feel?
Oh, I was scared of that. I'm not like, if I had that happen before, it would be okay, but I've never had that happen, and it was so out of the blue that it really. It really shocked me. It shocked me and it scared me, and I just wasn't expecting it, and not from him, and. I was scared.
Thank
I ran downstairs. They gave me my shoes, they threw my shoes at me.
Once you left, what did you do?
I got in my car. I drove out of I believe I called 911 and drove out of the complex. I wasn't comfortable staying in the complex. I went on Pontiac Trail to wait.
You said you called 911. Did you use your cell phone to call 911? So you were able to make it out of the apartment with your cell phone? Did you have contact with the police? Did you speak with them in person?
Yes.
That same night? Thank you. Your Honor, may I have one moment?
Yes, you may.
Thank you. I have no further questions.
Thank you. Cross-examination.
May I have 1 second?
Yes, you may. If you guys are talking, Ms. Gaines, you may want to mute you have to hold it, however.
Ms. Sisson, you said that you had been hanging out with Mr. Henry for about 3, maybe 4 weeks. Is that right? And how long had you known him before you started hanging out?
I mean, not known him well, just casually from work. I had seen him in there a few times.
So would I be correct in stating that the total time you'd known him would also come to about 3 to 4 weeks?
No,
No. Would it be that you'd known him a year?
no, absolutely not. I
Okay.
didn't know him well.
And did you know him 3 months?
I would say 2 months.
2 months. And you said that you knew him because he would frequent your place of employment, is that correct? And that's the Cloud Dispensary, is that correct? Now, during this time that you had been hanging out over these few weeks, would I be correct in stating that you had never before been inside his grandmother's house? And that is where Mr. Henry was living at that time, at his grandmother's house, is that correct?
Sorry.
And you had been outside of that house before, been to that address, is that right? That particular day, would I be correct in saying that Mr. Henry's grandmother was not at home? And she was actually out of town and not expected home? Is your place of employment closer to Mr. Henry's home than your own? And would I be correct in stating that Mr. Henry said that it would be okay for you to come over so that you would be able to go to work from there as opposed to home the next day? I'm sorry.
No, I live 23 minutes away. It's not a big deal.
Okay. So I understand you said it's not a big deal for you. My question is, was that the invitation? Was that his invitation is my question.
Objection, your honor, to hearsay and to speculation.
Your Honor, it would be.
Well, overruled, I'll allow it for limited purpose. Go ahead, Ms. Gaines.
The purpose of the visit was not for me to be closer to work. It was just to come over. Had nothing to do with being closer to work. I go to work every day. Good work.
So are you unable to answer if he invited you for that reason? Am I correct in stating that he invited you to come over and stay that night in part so you could be close to work?
Yeah, no, there's no in part.
There's no in part. Okay, so that was never part of the invitation. Okay. Now you stated that at that point, you brought a vape from your job for him. Is that correct?
No.
No.
About a week prior, he had tried to jump out of my car and lost his vape. And so I was kind enough to give him mine.
So about
Cartridge and the battery. I was also kind enough to do a lot of things for him. I just didn't feel the need for him to keep more of my stuff or keep doing things for him when he told me to get the F out of his house.
Would I be correct in stating that evening that you were smoking with him?
We hadn't smoked. It was playing a game. Oh, no, you know what? We had smoke. You're right, we had smoke. Or I.
And would I be correct in stating that you smoked marijuana?
Objection.
Overruled. I figured that's what it was, but go ahead.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the answer to the question. I heard.
Absolutely, I have a medical card.
Now, at the now you stated that at some point you were in Mr. Henry's bedroom there at the Arrowwood address. Is that right?
Yes.
and that he wanted you to leave, correct?
Very abruptly, yes.
And that he, there was a point in your testimony where you stated something about if that's disrespectful, then I was being disrespectful. Do you recall that part of your testimony?
His claim was that I was disrespecting his grandmother's house, which I had done. Anything. He was disrespecting his grandmother's house by having me over. I had done nothing to disrespect his grandmother's house. That's all I done. So his claim for me to get out was invalid. If he had asked me to get out, I would gladly have.
So he did not.
No, he told me to get the fuck out and start pushing me out of his house.
So is it your testimony then that because he said, get the fuck out or get the F out, that you, oh, because, so is your testimony then because he put his hands on you that you weren't going to leave?
I was leaving. I had every
Okay.
intention of leaving.
Okay.
Why would I stay somewhere where somebody put their hands on me?
I guess I just was a little confused by your answer. So at that point, he was asking you to leave and,
No.
or he was may I finish my question, please? Thank you. At that point, when he was telling you to leave and accusing you of being disrespectful to his grandmother's home, is that correct?
No, he didn't tell me about it being disrespectful.
Okay.
I didn't know why.
And how much later then, when he asked you, when he initially said for you to leave?
Text messages that he sent, accusing me of also stealing his wallet and something else. That's him.
Now, at the point where the two of you are outside of his door by the steps by the steps, you had not gone down to the landing, or were you on the landing part?
I don't know.
And at that point, are you facing the steps or in a different direction?
He's pushing me, my back, towards the steps. So I'm facing the steps.
So you are facing the steps.
He's pushing me.
And it's your testimony that he was, would I be correct in saying your testimony is that he was pushing you that whole time?
Yeah.
You said previously that you had not seen a machete when you walked into the bedroom. Is that correct? And what time of day was it?
I already stated it was around 10 o'clock. Yeah. Yeah, it's like something games.
I know you stated you arrived. I just wanted to find approximately what time of day it was when this was happening. And it was close in time to your arrival. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, well, I was there maybe a half hour. It could have been 10:30.
Thank you. And is it your testimony that all the lights were out in the bedroom?
Yeah, the TV.
And this whole time that you're facing the stairs, he is, by your testimony, pushing you out.
Just the room is like right closer than I am to that wall. Exactly. Closer.
Is it you said it's not far, approximately, where would you say his room was in relation? You can point out something else in the courtroom if that would make.
Like, if the doorway is here and you go to the landing and the stairs are gonna be about here, like it's close. There's a hallway, there's a landing, there are stairs. I don't know how else I can't. I was there once. That's my best recollection. Hallway, room, stairs, or landing, stairs.
Your Honor, would I be correct in saying that was about maybe 5 feet? From
We're about 6 to 8.
6 to 8, thank you. So approximately 6 to 8 feet. Now, So at this time, you're saying that he was pushing you and then all of a sudden you see a machete in his hand. Is that correct?
No, he's pushing me and I'm like, I see the stairs and so I'm pushing back on him. And then he says, you know what? And I turn and look at him and that's what I see.
And this whole time he's been pushing you closer and closer to the stairs is your testimony.
Yes.
Would I be correct in stating that when you initially called 911, that you had some hesitancy in terms of reporting this?
I don't want to get in trouble. Even here today, I still look at it.
Now, in terms of your ability to describe the machete, you stated that you cannot tell if the blade were curved or straight. Is that correct? And you cannot tell the color of the handle. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Would I be correct in stating that you made a statement to officers once you met them outside of the complex that night?
Yeah.
And at the time it was close in time to the event. At the time you gave the statement, it was close in time to the event that it. Mhm. And at that time, isn't it correct that you told the officers that he had never threatened you or threatened your life with the machete?
Yeah.
And that prior to their arrival, you had been in communication with Mr. Henry, who had accused you of stealing his wallet. Is that correct? And you did not seek medical attention. Is that right? Your Honor, may I have one moment, please?
You may.
Right, those are all my questions for you. Thank you.
Thank you. Redirect.
Do you recall the defense attorney asking you questions about information that you told the police? Yes?
Yes, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. You don't have to apologize. It's just that we're being recorded. Thank you so much. Ms. Gaines asked you about a statement that is in the police report about you telling the police that he didn't threaten your life. Do you recall that line of questioning?
I actually don't.
Okay, hold on a second. Okay, let me just take it from there, okay? Thank you so much. So what she was referring to is the police report says, Susan stated Henry never threatened her life or threatened to use the machete, but she was scared for her life. Do you remember telling the police that?
Yeah, no, I don't remember.
Okay.
But he didn't, like, say, he didn't say, now I'm gonna kill you with this.
And that's what I wanted to ask you. That's what I wanted to ask you. Let me ask it this way. Did he ever use his words to say, I'm going to kill you?
Like ever in the time I know?
While he's holding the machete.
Oh.
But did you feel physically threatened?
What I thought was big.
Thank you. Thank you. That's all I have. Thank you, Your Honor.
At any point, are you stating that he swung the big knife at you?
He just had a pack back in. It was good enough for me to get the heck out of it. Yeah, not that I wasn't already eating.
Anything else?
Nothing further for the people. Thank you.
All right. You may step down. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor. The people have no further witnesses and I'm not requesting a continuance for the police officers. However, I did talk with defense counsel before that, so I'm not sure if she's requesting their presence at all.
Just kidding.
No, it's not.
You're not requesting an adjournment. Okay. All right. I have a motion.
Thank you, Your Honor. At this time, people motion to bind over the information that's written.
Response.
Your Honor, we object to the binder.
All right. Court looking at the testimony, the court believes based upon the testimony of Ms. Sisson that people have sustained their burden of showing that the offense of assault with a dangerous weapon has been shown by a standard of probable cause. So the court will bind the defendant over on the charge in count 1 with count 2 following.
Your Honor, we acknowledge receipt of the information, the way it's reading on the record at this time. The client wishes to stand mute.
Different. Defendant having waived formal reading, standing mute, court will enter a not guilty plea. Pretrial in this matter will be set for
July 10th at 1:30 before Judge Conlon.
July 10th, 2024, 1:30, Judge Conlon. Bond will continue. Thank you. Court does call the case. Appeal to State of Michigan versus James Whitney.
Pastor Lodge for the people, no matter what they.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. For the record, my name is Jeremy Bennett. I'm turning the on behalf of Mr. Lee, my right, Mr. Wood, James Whitney, Your Honor.
All right. Ready to proceed?
Your Honor, I would let the court know, and I let Mr. Bennett know that my office was able to get the medical records this morning. Detective Gilbreth was able to provide them electronically as well as a paper copy. Of course, I haven't had a chance to redact them and go through them and disclose them to defense. So I'm not sure if defense counsel wishes to proceed to exam, knowing that there's discovery he doesn't have. I've been brought up to speed, and I understand he demanded this exam last time that this was before the court on Thursday. But I wanted to make a record of that because if there's any issue later about defendant having moved forward and not having seen all of the discovery, that may be something. I'll further understand that Mr. Bennett may already have some medical records, but of course I can't tell whether or not those are the same as these medical records because I don't have a copy of what he has and I haven't had a chance to review either.
Your Honor, the alleged victim in this case emailed me the results of her examination of her x-rays and her CT scans related to this incident this morning. I have in fact read them and I am prepared to proceed.
Sorry.
Pardon?
I didn't quite catch all of that. I'm sorry.
Go ahead and repeat what you were saying.
Yes, Your Honor. I do have the reports related to the CT scans and the x-rays in the ethanol test that were conducted the morning after this or morning of this alleged incident, depending what time it happened. And I have reviewed them and I am prepared to go forward.
Looks like it's about 116 pages worth of records.
That's what you have?
That's
I mean, this is why I didn't want to set it for today. You can have a seat, sir. I mean, if it had waited a week, they were trying to get the medical records. Now I've got a situation where I don't know if you each have the same medical record.
I do not have 116 pages.
You want to go forth, but what do you want to do? Because the other option I have is you wanted to start this. I'll just have, because I just want everybody to be ready. I don't believe in preliminary examination or trial by ambush. I don't believe in any of that stuff. Everybody just get the information, look at it, and just have a fair hearing for everybody. And it just doesn't make any sense. I'll be honest with you, Mr. Bennett, it makes no sense to me. And quite frankly, does not, in my opinion, benefit your client now that the people have all of this information. So my other option to try to make sure this is fair is I just tell the people, put their officer up and I on my own motion for good cause, just adjourn it. Because this doesn't make sense to me.
Can I reply to that?
As one judge in New York said, I don't know that this is a conversation, but go ahead.
What I was going to indicate, last Thursday, I was reluctant to go too far forward because of these missing records. Now they have the records and we can do this all at one time. It doesn't have to be today. I just didn't want this to go on for a month.
It wasn't going to go a month. All right.
And Your Honor, for the record, the people are prepared to proceed and start the examination today. One of our officers is not present, so we would be requesting an adjournment so that he may be present to get some of our evidence in. But we have Chelsea Police Department Dispatcher Jared Atkinson, Officer Krosky, and also Detective Gilbreth is here. I don't expect the detective to testify today, but I do expect the other two to testify.
All right. I'd rather have everybody ready. Will June 11th work for everybody?
Yeah, I have a moment to check with my officer.
Yes, absolutely.
9 a.m. or 11 a.m., Your Honor?
It would, I'd be setting it
At 9? Thank you.
before me.
9 a.m. works for the dispatcher and the officer who is in this one, Your Honor.
Will that work for the defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find good cause. Will adjourn the preliminary examination, June 11th, 2024, 9 a.m. before me.
And for the record, Your Honor, the other officer, I understand, is awaiting clearance to return from leave. So that's why they're not here. So we're hoping they'll be back by that date, but we're not 100% sure.
Got it. And we'll continue. Thank you. There, okay. Court does call the case of the people versus Jamie, is it Poliski?
Absolutely, for the people.
Assistant Public Defender Otatella on behalf of Mr. Poliski, who's appearing to my right. Thank you, Your Honor. Today is the time and date set for preliminary exam. I've gone over the rights of preliminary exam with my client. He is understanding of those rights, and I'm going to have him sign the waiver.
Okay. And sir, is that correct? That you're waiving your right to have a preliminary examination?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you do understand that's a proceeding where the people would have to show by probable cause that the offenses alleged were committed and that you committed them.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you understand you'll not have that hearing, you'll proceed to circuit court for further resolution.
Yes, Your Honor.
People also waive the right.
We do.
Preliminary examination having been waived, defendant is bound over to circuit court on counts 1 and 2 with 3 following. Counsel.
I'm sorry.
Your turn.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry, Your Honor. Your Honor, we would waive a formal reading, stand mute.
Defendant having waived formal reading, standing mute to all 3 counts. Court will enter a not guilty plea. Pretrial will be set for
June 3rd at 1:30 before Judge Slay Monday.
June 3rd, 2024, 1:30, Slay Monday.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Bond in this matter will continue.
Thank you kindly, Your
Thank
Honor.
you. He didn't ask for you to be his attorney.
Did not.
Just thought I pointed out, just as I pointed out, you're not liked by everybody. Alright. Just wanted to make that real clear.
That's the only other one we can do because Hughes is on this one and they're holding. Yes.
So who's on this one?
Lonnie,
Who's on this?
yes. Hughes and Gaines are on this one.
So Hughes and Gaines are on that one. Okay, let me go make this call. Court will take a 15-minute break. I'll come back and I'll handle my 2 last ones and we'll do the closing.
All rise.
Court does call the case People versus LaPortia Murray.
Andrew Children's appearing on behalf of the people. I'll grant Mr.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sam Bernstein with and on behalf of Ms. Murray, who's seated at counsel's table.
Okay. This is the date and time set for the continuation of the preliminary examination. However, my understanding with the medical examiner, there were some date confusion. So we had proposed alternative dates. He is not available. My next preliminary exam date of June 11th.
That's, he actually wasn't, but I believe that Mr. Bernstein had a conflict, which is.
Oh, okay.
And then in response that we were provided the kind of off date and time by your staff of a week from today, 28th at 1 p.m. I did speak with Dr. Tajin late yesterday. He can make that work. And we, as we communicated to your staff, we don't expect this in continuation to take any longer than an hour in total.
So, sounds good, Your Honor.
All right. Then what I will adjourn it, this preliminary examination to, what's that, the 28th, May 28th, 2024, 1 p.m. And that's before me. That's a continuation. And just so that council's aware, as I'm sure you would be, that's a Tuesday. So we'll be waiting a courtroom because of her in custody status to come back to my courtroom. So I'll say 1, but hopefully we can start at that time, maybe not.
You're at the pleasure of the court, however long it takes, Your Honor.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Have a great day.
Yeah. I got that in the last case too. No, I'm just kidding.